Widgets Part 2. We're going to talk about the sidebar widget right here, specifically all these ads and newsletter and categories and all these fun things we have going on. Basically, we want to come back to the same section we did in the last video, and that, of course, is under Appearance and Widgets, which is where we are right now. Let me go ahead and collapse this one so it's not as cluttered. And what we'll see is sidebar. So if yours is closed and looking like this, just go ahead and expand it. And right now I have all these widgets in here. Don't let it confuse you. Most of these are just ads. So you'll see, an ad here, an ad, a brilliant large ad, brilliant featured post, ad. And if we look in here, we have a lot of ads. And since I'm talking about that, I think I'll cover that area first. Pretty easy thing. Obviously, with what you've seen, you can add as many ads as you possibly want to. And to do so, what we want to do is come over here and you'll see two ads, two widgets. Brilliant ads, brilliant large ad. The brilliant ads one is 125 by 125. So you'll see here 125 ads, 4 of them. So you can actually drop in one of these that will cover 4, or we can use a brilliant large ad which would cover a single ad that would be on its own. So it's not going to be paired with 3 others or 4 others or however you look at it. So for instance, this J. Crew one, that's the entire ad. That's all we have. So to do that, what it is I dragged over a brilliant large ad. What we can see here is the place where the actual URL of the image is, right here. Okay? And to get that, we can do it a couple different ways. You can upload an image to your media library and grab it. Maybe you already know it off the top of your head. But real quickly, let's just pretend that we are uploading a new one or have uploaded one already to the media library. So if we come over here, we'll see one that I've uploaded called Dresses. If I click this, here's my URL right there. So I'll just copy this. Or if you want, you can actually copy from WP content, from WP content over. That would be enough. If we look, we'll see that that is this ad right here, this bridesmaid dresses ad. Okay, so once I've copied that, I'm gonna come back to widgets. And actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and add a brand new one to the very, very bottom. So I'm gonna take a brilliant large ad, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to drag it, I can get it over here, drop it right in there. Now the link is going to be where it goes to, so it's going to whatever website or a website page. Go ahead and enter that. I'm just going to enter a number sign for default. I'm going to paste in the ad that I uploaded earlier, hit save. Now if we come back here, we should be set. Let's go ahead and scroll to the bottom, and there is our ad. Another cool thing, just like any other widget, you can drag and drop. So maybe I don't want that one there. Maybe I want this one all the way top of the search. Drag it up. It's going to automatically save by itself. Refresh. Now you see it's gone. If I scroll up, there it is. It's the top ad. Go ahead and put search back up, and I'm actually going to remove this one just by clicking delete. That's gone. So now let's go over the other ads, the set of 4. So that would be brilliant ads. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to break it down to image 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first line, unlike the large ad, is going to be where your image is coming from, so the URL of your actual image. So you'll see that right here. That's the image. And then right below that, it's going to say one link. And that's going to be the link that this goes to when clicked. And so forth and so forth. So here's number 2, and that's the image. And then where is number 2 going if you clicked it? Okay? Pretty easy stuff. Like I said, you can drag and drop these as you see fit. Below that, we have brilliant featured posts. And I went over that in another video, but just to recap on that, that is this right here. Our favorites, your featured, and you can actually call that whatever you want by naming your category. So this right now is a category that I've called our favorites. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and enter the title of it, which I have as our favorites. I'm going to do the category ID, which will become the categories. And we're going to see all these categories, and we'll see our favorites right here. And if I hover over this, you'll see in the URL of this down right in here, see where my mouse is right down here? This is going to show you the actual ID of it. What you can also look at is its ID equals 8. Now that is the ID of this category. Excuse me, I went to the wrong page. ID of that category of favorites is 8. And that is what we're going to add to the featured post. So the category ID is number 8. I went ahead and gave it the name that I wanted. Now every time I make a blog post and I attach it to that particular category, it's going to automatically show up in this section right here. Okay? We have categories, which is pretty standard. Give it a name that you want. It's going to pull from your categories. Same with your tag clouds. Give it the name that you want. The other option that's there, archive, same thing. Nothing new in that aspect, and as well as the search. You don't need a title for the search because the search automatically has text, which would be right here. So you don't need to add that. If you do add that, you're going to get a bar that looks like this. So it's going to say search or whatever your title is, and then the search field. Nothing wrong with that, but that's what would happen if you gave it the title. Now let's scroll down to tweets. And right here, the Twitter widget, we'll give it the title, latest tweets. And so if we scroll down, we'll see latest tweets. Now, if you remember, or if you actually have seen the other videos, you have to go to other settings under the theme options panel and enter in your Twitter feed, your ID right there. That's going to automatically set up that Twitter feed to where it's pulling from, which is this particular section here. Okay, last but not least is going to be our newsletter. So that's Constant Contact. What we're using for this is Constant Contact. We put in the name of our newsletter, our box, which we see right here. Get our newsletter. This is going to be the default text that it's pulling from, and your Constant Contact ID would go in this box right here. Okay, that looks to do it for this particular video on widgets, and I think that actually covers all the videos up to date.